Cegorach, also known as the Laughing God, is the Aeldari deity of creativity, artistry, deception, and trickery. He is a prominent figure in Aeldari mythology and the central figure of the Aeldari Harlequins belief system. Unique among the Aeldari gods, Cegorach is believed to have emerged unscathed from the fall of the Aeldari, evading the grim fate that befell the rest of the pantheon, who were either consumed or shattered by Slaanesh. According to legend, Cegorach's survival is attributed to his mocking nature, which kept him apart from the collective psychic corruption and decadence of the ancient Aeldari Empire, an empire whose excesses and eventual reflection in the Empyrean birthed the chaos god Slaanesh. Aeldari mythology recounts that during Slaanesh's confrontation with Cain, the laughing god Cegorach escaped into the Webway, concealing himself within its intricate network of tunnels. These legends propose that he remains there to this day, invulnerable and mocking the chaos gods as he devises intricate schemes for vengeance. It is believed that Cegorach is the sole entity with comprehensive knowledge of every path within the labyrinth dimension of the Webway. This unparalleled understanding may explain why his followers, the Harlequins, navigate the Webway with such confidence, materializing and vanishing at will, untouched by fear. So profound is their mastery of the Webway's clandestine passages that numerous other Aeldari attribute supernatural abilities to the servants of the Laughing God. There are those who assert that Cegorach occasionally traverses among his followers, assuming the guise of an anonymous Harlequin player. The Aeldari who follow Cegorach, known as the Harlequins, enjoy protection from Slaanesh's insatiable hunger for Aeldari souls in a manner distinct from their craft-world brethren. While the craft-world Aeldari, or Asuriani, rely on spirit stones to absorb their souls upon death, thereby preventing them from being consumed by Slaanesh in the warp, the Harlequins are safeguarded through their unwavering faith in the Laughing God's power. Upon death, they merge with his warp emanation. The sole exception to this are the Harlequin solitaires, whose souls must be reclaimed from Slaanesh by the Laughing God after their demise. The Laughing God, Cegorach, was brought into existence through the collective psychic beliefs of the ancient Aeldari, influencing the psychically reactive energies of the Immaterium. In this manner, he was created similarly to Kala, Mencha, Kain Isha, and the other Aeldari deities, making Cegorach inherently an entity of the warp. This assertion is substantiated by his capability to contend with Slaanesh for the souls of the Aeldari. In some myths, it is said that Cegorach, the Laughing God, employed his unparalleled cunning and guile to manipulate the outsider, one of the enigmatic Catan, into turning against his own kind. Through a series of deceptions and illusions, Cegorach exploited the outsider's inherent paranoia and insecurities, subtly planting seeds of doubt and mistrust within his mind. The Laughing God wove a narrative of betrayal and conspiracy, convincing the outsider that his fellow Catan were plotting against him. In a state of increasing paranoia and rage, the outsider began to devour other Catan, believing it to be a preemptive strike for his own survival. This masterstroke of trickery not only weakened the Catan pantheon but also demonstrated Cegorach's mastery of manipulation and psychological warfare, further solidifying his reputation as the god of deception and trickery. In recent years, the Harlequins' war against chaos has taken on an unprecedented urgency. Increasingly, Aeldari from all kindreds are vanishing into the Webway, abandoning their former lives to don the Harlequin's mask. Consequently, the ranks of the Harlequins are swelling. Within the Black Library, a silver-lit vault houses a finely engraved obstinate plinth, upon which rests a crystalline tome reputed to contain the words of Cegorach himself. Since the fall of the Aeldari, the book's covers have remained sealed, bound shut by flickering chains of light. The Black Library is a hidden repository of arcane knowledge, accessible only through the labyrinthine pathways of the Webway. Guarded zealously by the enigmatic Harlequins, this repository holds the collective wisdom and darkest secrets of the Aeldari, chronicling millennia of their history, culture, and lore. It is said to contain texts of immense power and significance, including forbidden knowledge on the nature of chaos and the detailed accounts of the fall of the Aeldari. Central to its mystique is the crystalline tome, reputed to bear the words of Cegorach himself. The Black Library serves as both a beacon of hope and a bulwark against the encroaching darkness, its contents guiding the Harlequins and other Aeldari in their unending struggle against the malevolent forces of chaos. Now at last the tome has opened. Within its pages, the Shadowseers have discovered a script, a secret final act that entirely redefines the tale of the fall. Penned in inks of light and shadow, these words offer a glimmer of hope, outlining an elaborate, galaxy-spanning performance with the potential to alter the fate of the Aeldari race. Historically, the strands of fate have foretold the victory of chaos in the ultimate, mythic battle of creation, known to the Aeldari as the Rana Dandra. However, within the crystal tome lies Cegorach's ultimate jest, a method to deceive Slaanesh into expending all her power not to annihilate the Aeldari but to save them. How such an impossibility might come to pass remains unclear, for the final act is infuriatingly vague on this matter. Yet the Harlequins place absolute faith in their god's words, for their devotion to Cegorach is unwavering, and his methods beyond question. Thus, they have begun the steps of this final dance, determined to see it through to completion, or face utter destruction in the attempt. Cegorach, the laughing god, embodies a personality that is both enigmatic and multifaceted, weaving together the traits of a master trickster and a profound sage. His essence is defined by an intricate balance of whimsy and gravitas, where his mirthful exterior conceals a depth of wisdom and strategic acumen. Cegorach's laughter, seemingly frivolous, often masks his keen intellect and his ability to perceive and manipulate the underlying threads of fate. His actions, though seemingly capricious, are guided by a deep-seated purpose and a relentless commitment to preserving the Aeldari. This duality is reflected in his followers, the Harlequins, who embody his paradoxical nature through their performances that blend humor with tragedy. Cegorach's personality, thus, is a harmonious blend of light and shadow, a dance of deception and revelation that perpetually keeps his adversaries and even his allies in a state of intrigue and awe. Cegorach, the laughing god, is a central and enigmatic figure within Aeldari mythology, revered by his devoted followers, the Harlequins. Created from the collective psychic belief of the ancient Aeldari, Cegorach stands as a deity of creativity, artistry, deception, and trickery, whose mocking nature allowed him to survive the cataclysmic fall of the Aeldari, unlike his fellow deities who were consumed or fractured by Slaanesh. His unparalleled cunning and manipulation are exemplified by his orchestration of the outsider's betrayal of the Catan, turning the enigmatic being against its own kind through a web of deception. The Harlequins, protected from Slaanesh's grasp through their faith in Cegorach, navigate the labyrinthine Webway with a mastery attributed to their god's intimate knowledge of its paths. Thus, Cegorach's multifaceted nature and enduring influence continue to guide and inspire the Aeldari, ensuring his legacy as both a trickster god and a strategic savior remains indelible in their mythology.